Hey kids, have you ever made a promise to someone? Like, you promised your friend that you would play with them at recess? Or maybe you promised your sibling that they could choose the next TV show.
Well, in today's lesson, we're going to learn about a time when the Israelites broke a promise to God. Jeremiah was a prophet that warned people not to break their promises.
God had chosen this job for Jeremiah way before he was even born.
And Jeremiah was a prophet during the time when people had broken a promise to God.
They promised to only worship him, but then they started to worship the fake gods.
So Jeremiah warned them that if they kept doing that, God would punish them. He would send a big army to take over their land.
The people broke their promises and ended up paying for it. Well, the people kept worshiping the false gods, and everything Jeremiah warned about became true.
An army from Babylon destroyed Israel and took the people captive.
The Israelites knew what would happen, but just kept doing the wrong thing.
Even though the Israelites messed up, God had hope for them. The Israelites had made a big mistake, but God didn't give up on them.
Jeremiah also told the people that God still had a plan for them, and that plan was to give them a good future.
He promised the people that one day they would be able to return to their land and no longer live in captivity. God keeps his promises even when people don't.
Eventually, God's people were free from Babylon and got to return back home.
Even though God's people had turned their back on him, he was still willing to keep his promise. Memory verse:
If you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me.
When Israel turned away from God, bad things had happened, but God was always with them.
He just wanted to realize how much they needed him.
Even when they did things that made God sad, he still kept his promise to them.
So kids, next time you make a promise to play with your friends at recess, think of this lesson.
And remember, God will always keep his promises to us.
Hey kids and parents, if you want to learn more about the prophets,
Check out the links below.